What's your background, Braxton? Braxton?
I'm actually new to the faith. I currently, in your words, I attend the denomination of non-denominational Christians.
All right. Well, then you're on a journey, brother. Take it easy. We didn't remember. It took me 20 years to get where I'm at right now. But so, what's up?
I had a question. I studied with Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, not
Ah,
really much. I was a kid when I was my last 3 years of high school with my parents, and they brought up this term about Sheol, translating. They claimed it translates to the
grave.
ground instead of hell.
Grave. Yes.
Grave.
Yeah.
So they don't. If I could be wrong, but they said they don't believe in like a hell in the same way that
Exactly.
general Christians do. What? Can you explain that to me?
Yes. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe you are your soul. Your soul is you. Your soul is not something that's separate from your body, right? That continues to exist when your body dies, right?
Hmm.
So you are your soul. Your soul is you. When you die, your soul is extinguished. Your soul is what animates your body. You are your soul. Your soul is you. And once you die, that's it. Now, they believe once you die, you cease to exist. You only exist in Jehovah's memory.
Okay.
So this is what they believe. Now, what do they think hell is? Hell is not a place, a dimension where the righteous are sent to be tormented, right? Hell is to them where God wipes you out of existence without a possibility of recreating you. Hell is to cease to exist forever and ever. That's what hell is, according to Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
You understand the difference?
Well, and then Christians, we believe is this. It's a separation from God. And what more specifically do Christians believe about hell?
I don't know, because I don't know what denomination you belong to.
Well, I mean, what do you believe? I'm on this journey, like you said, so I'm not trying to just do this
That's why
according to my denomination.
I can't answer that question for you, because depending on what church you go to, you're going to have a different answer. The Catholic tradition is clear. The Orthodox tradition is clear. Hell is a state in which you'll be forever severed from the love of God, fellowship with God, communion of God, the peace and joy of God, because you chose not to surrender to God. You chose not to be united to God. So hell is never-ending separation from God's love, communion, fellowship, where you won't experience the joy and peace and love of God anymore.
Mm.
Right?
Okay, I hear you.
It's forever and ever and ever. This is what the Catholic Orthodox tradition teach. In fact, the Orthodox tradition would say that insofar as you go to hell, that's because God in his love is giving you what you want.
Yeah.
What do I mean? God in his love is giving you what you want. If you don't want to be with God, and you don't want to dwell with God, and you don't want to have anything to do with God, and I'm talking about the true God. I'm talking about the true God. If you don't have nothing to do with the true God, because you've made up your mind, God can't be as he says he is. God can't be Trinity. Jesus can't be God in the flesh. So I refuse to accept this God. I refuse to worship this God. So I'm going to worship another God that I think exists, but in reality doesn't. So if you don't want to be with the true God, then God in his love respects your decision and hands you over. But now here's the question. If you don't be with the true God, and he's a source of love, peace, joy, mercy, ecstasy, if you don't want to be with him, then he hands you over to what you want. But in handing you over, that means he's giving you your desire of not wanting to be with him. But if you're not with him, that means you cut off yourself from what? The source of infinite love, compassion, mercy, joy, and ecstasy, right?
Yes.
So once you cut off yourself from that source, the source of perfect infinite love, perfect infinite joy, perfect infinite peace, perfect infinite compassion, you're no longer connected to that source. Guess what you're going to experience? What are you going to experience? What is the opposite of joy?
Terror, bewilderment,
Misery,
misery,
sadness, depression, right?
frustration. Yeah.
So there's an understanding that hell is actually, in one sense, be careful, I don't want you guys misquote me. In one sense, hell is a display and demonstration of God's love in this sense. God does not force you to love him. God does not force you against your will to submit to him, because if he is truly the source of infinite love, and he is love, love is definitional to his nature, love originates from him, then to force you to love me, that's not true love. That's divine rape, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
So in a weird way, if you understand the nature of love, nature of hell, in a weird way, those who end up in hell is because God in his love will not force them to love him. So he gives them what they want in a weird way. But in giving you what you want, then you no longer experience the joy, the peace, the love, the compassion of God. You now experience displeasure, pain, misery, right?
Yeah.
Loneliness, despair.
Yeah. So my question is where then in the Bible is a point that and this is a genuine question, that points to the separation of the soul and the body. Then because Jehovah's Witnesses, you said they don't believe in that separation. Where does the Bible point to that?
Too many verses. You mean the 10,000 sessions that I've done going through all the evidence?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I haven't got.
you have to go here. I've done many things on the afterlife, but the only problem is they will have their own way of explaining these passages in accord with their theology. And this is why even their own translation, they will take specific words and not translate them accordingly, but mistranslate them. That's why they have their own Bible version. So if you do afterlife, search engine, afterlife, Strobel, afterlife, afterlife experiences, more on the afterlife, the rich man, right here, rich man, Lazarus, afterlife, death and the afterlife, life after death. So how many sessions I've done? Cruise for the afterlife, near-death experience. There you go. Just put in afterlife. Near-death experiences, right? Just put in afterlife and watch my sessions.
I shouldn't have said. Now I see them. But